Folks, hello and welcome to Gamers Health. I am half your host,
I guess.
half your host with the mostest. I am Eric Tenkar. But on I guess in Gamers Health, I'm just Eric.
Yeah, and I'm Rach.
Eric and Rage, Eric and Rage. Oh my gosh, Eric and Rage. So later on in this live stream, we're going to be talking about some natural ways you can treat your seasonal allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did a little research, and according to the internet, 26% of U.S. adults suffer from seasonal allergies.
Mm-hmm.
My experience is closer to 100%, but I guess
Yeah, I somehow would have thought it would be higher too.
yeah. Or people just go, I don't get allergies. Achoo. But,
Mm-hmm.
Paul,
Hello.
welcome. Yes, happy Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So, this was a Saturday where I did the deed. I did the taxes. Joy of joys. No, we don't get refunds, but that's okay. It means the government doesn't get my money to play with for no interest throughout the year. So all balances out. Rachel's like, I don't like giving them money.
No, especially with what they do with it.
Well, all right. So, in any case,
If they were half very responsible.
only half, just a wee bit.
Even half is good.
So, this week we had what between us here like one doctor's appointment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rach had to see her.
What did you have? You had.
I,
Oh, you didn't have any.
I didn't have nothing.
No.
So Rach had her dermatologist, but it's like your oncologist dermatologist.
Yeah, he's an oncological dermatologist.
Yeah. So and she left with a fat loot bag.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of La Roche-Posay products, like a cleanser, some special cream for like cracked skin. I live with some other like special balm for your skin, like for uh, situations where your skin has like a reaction. Very nice. So yeah, they hooked me up. Yeah, so like I guess because it's a cancer, that particular place is in a cancer center, but it's affiliated with my cancer center. So I think that's why they get the good little loot bags.
I saw her coming out. I'm like, what? It's like, are you traveling?
Oh yeah, I could use that for TSA.
Yeah.
Because it's a little clear bag with blue handles.
So
yeah.
So Paul, we're gonna honey actually comes up in what we're gonna talk about later, but honey has to be local. Okay, so you're gonna
I think it's hard for us to find local honey.
Depending on where you are, it's hard to find local honey, but you're gonna have to find local honey because just getting it. And I guess I'm gonna guess it has to be raw honey.
I would say because you wouldn't want it pasteurized because it would burn out or heat out all the.
Right. So, but yeah, we'll delve into that. We actually have not handouts. Although I guess I could do it. I guess maybe I'll
handouts.
We can do handouts. I guess I can put it up on
the slides.
Well, the slides will be up, but I guess I could put the slide document up in the members. Well, not even just members. Just
no, that should be to everybody.
In general post, can I attach something here? I could do image. Oh, and I can't attach a file, but I can.
Well, we would put it in the Tankar's Tower, and not Tankar's Tower, in the Gamer Health one.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get it up there.
That
Don put up.
Don put for us.
We'll
You have to teach me how to do it.
I got to teach myself how to do it. Damn it.
Okay, it's that way.
Yeah.
We have to learn together, dearie.
Learn together. Learn together. Learn together with the band. Sorry.
I like that.
You don't want me singing. All right. When it comes to karaoke, I am not your first choice. Just putting that out there. But yeah, no. Um, also, this week, just as a side note, so we've enjoyed our Factor dinners, these pre-made quality dinners that you can get that are carb conscious, calorie conscious, high protein, whatever you're looking
However you
for.
want to
And as long
cater
as,
it.
I mean, if you choose your own menu, you're gonna be very happy. If you let them randomly choose, you're gonna find some that you go, I really wasn't.
Yuck.
I didn't really get too many that were yuck. I just got one. I don't know if
Well,
I.
it'll be meats that you don't eat, or
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Mm.
But the prices went up. They went up from I think it was $12.50 a meal to $14.99 or $15 a meal. The delivery fee went up, and I was like, you know what? That's it. You got to make those choices, right? You got
We
to.
gotta stop.
So we made the choice. So this delivery this week was our last delivery, and we're cooking more. So that's another thing that's going to get posted up is
More recipes.
more recipes, and I'll put the recipes actually up on the YouTube side in the post area. So I mean, our usual breakfast. I can even tell you what our usual breakfast is. um, Eggs are very good at keeping you satiated.
Right.
They've got protein, they've got fat, and they've got
There's so many benefits of eggs.
there's no carbs. But at the same time, people are like, well, if you eat too many eggs, you could be looking at high cholesterol. I make one egg for each of us. My mother actually got us some great green onions, so I probably it's probably about a half a serving of veggies. I try to put into the egg as I cook it. And I call it an omelet. It probably technically isn't an omelet. We're not going to fight over that. But I cook it on one side until the eggs aren't runny. Flip it over. Little shredded cheese, little salsa, maybe a little Frank's hot sauce to give it a little extra bang,
Yeah.
and fold it over. Two slices of turkey bacon, which I have cut from somewhere else, and two slices of toast. Sometimes we go with the low carb. What's it? 647.
647.
647 toast, but other times
Lately, we've been having it's like a multi-grain kind of bread that's pretty dense.
Pretty dense and pretty organic ingredients.
Yes.
So find what fits your time. But that we generally only eat two meals and a nighttime snack. So that sometimes, like yesterday, we only eat one meal.
Yeah, some days we do
We
that.
only eat one meal, but
like if we eat by the Greeks, it's
it's filling.
one meal because it is filling, and we go late enough that you're fine until you have your snack.
Right. So, or we go late enough that it counts for brunch,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll have a small dinner later. But now
that's usually more with the Chinese.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it can be one meal with just the Greeks. That is true. Both places are really good food.
Yes.
We have a bit of a foodie thing, if you haven't figured it out yet. But the other thing that we've been getting ready for is the garden. Our front garden is beautiful. I should have loaded a picture up. Sorry. I think I got a picture on my phone. I could hold up to the camera.
I have some gorgeous ones.
Because our front yard is rocking, and I did not think of uploading any photos. But here, if I can zoom in a little bit, that's our front yard. It is flower rocking. It really is. So, Rach, what are we going to be planting in the back up against the house?
Up against the house, we're gonna be planting dahlias. My dahlia sister Jocelyn sent me a whole bunch of tubers. So I've never planted dahlia before, so I think that should be really fun. And she gave me education about how to plant them. Um, so I ordered a bunch of 7-gallon planting bags, and we're just gonna have them lined up against the house because um,
This
the ground there is difficult
it's
to work with.
it's
It's very
very
rocky
and
and
rooty,
also
very
a lot of
roots.
roots from, I guess, a tree that they had for many years out there
Just from
that's
everything
long
that's
been
been
cut down.
from
And
everything that's been growing in that yard for
yeah,
all that time. So I think the grow bags will be a
yeah,
great little addition to everything.
yeah. It's exciting. So that's gonna go in after Easter. So I ordered the bags already. We picked up our first bag of dirt on Friday. No, Thursday.
It's still in the trunk.
Yeah, that's
I just
okay.
realized that.
We got it, but we'll
Yeah.
bring it back. It's been just nothing but rain here,
Yeah, it's
so
been
we can't
miserable.
really do much right now.
We actually had frost the other night. Now here's the thing.
Mhm.
We
The
had
dyes have to be well after frost. So
I was getting all excited and I was like, oh, we had a day that hit like 80. I'm ready to start working in the garden. And made it like, oh,
yeah.
frost warnings. I was like, Kevin, I've managed to keep 2 peace lilies alive. Every other plant I've grown has perished miserably.
That's so funny because I've had trouble with the peace lilies. They always lasted for me in other places, other apartments, but they never lasted in this house.
Wonder if the light is just
But
wrong.
every other plant does well.
So the other week we swapped out my desk to a slightly larger desk. Last weekend I got the Mac Mini, which, by the way, folks, if you're going to be buying electronics and you're on the fence and do I wait, buy it before the prices go up. This whole tariff crap, I'm not going to go into the tariff thing, but the Mac Mini was $4.99 at a Micro Center. I think it's last price I saw on Amazon is like $5.39. But we bought this at a nursery uh, a
I
month
love the
ago.
moss in there. Yeah, probably a month ago.
So this is
The flower
a
show.
ginseng ficus. And what's funny is, so like I got this, it was on sale, but even on sale, it was pricey. But rates found the same plant.
Mhm.
The plant there isn't as snazzy.
Yeah, and it doesn't have that moss, but
It
that's
doesn't have that
okay.
moss.
That's
For
okay though.
like half the price that this one was on sale
Yeah.
at a Lidl, one of our local supermarkets. So we've discussed Lidl before. That is my go-to supermarket to keep prices under control. Uh, TXG, welcome.
Hey.
This is how when I'll go back to it, right? With this whole tariff situation, prices are in flux, and you don't know how to stretch a dollar. Our thing right now is going to the supermarket that doesn't necessarily have the same selection that a larger supermarket chain might have. Well, actually, the large supermarket chain, but a chain that focuses more on
The
selection,
variety. Yeah.
variety. They have this is like buy our brand or buy the one name brand, but their prices, you just can't beat them. And when you're trying to stretch the dollar, it's a great way to do it. Uh, Paul, I was at our local Volvo dealership this afternoon. Overheard the management talking about the price hike going into effect next
Oh
week.
wow.
Yeah, I mean, my initial plan for the Mac Mini, I love it, was to wait until my birthday in the summertime. Use my Amazon gift certificates that I always rack up, and they'd be like, "Hey, awesome!" And then I was like, "Oh, that might not be a good option right now." Now I know supposedly they're exempting iPhones and computers from the tariffs, but whatever. It's too much in flux. If there's something that you think that you need, maybe that's a key word there.
Yeah.
Need. My desktop was 4 years old, so means it was time for it to find a new home with Rachel. We do the
Yeah, so it's in the bedroom.
yeah, we do the
And then I moved the one that I had from the bedroom from 2019 into my yoga room
it's the
because I needed to change that computer out anyway because
yeah.
it wouldn't support some of the apps that I need to, you know, work out.
Yeah, so it's the 10-car family recycling program. You know, nothing goes to waste. TXG. Yeah, I was at one of our local gaming stores today and had the urge to buy some books and other stuff. But then the prospect of prices going up for other things put the brakes on that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's that, and that's it too, right? I mean, I we're not looking to buy another car. Hopefully, for another 3 or 4 years.
Mm.
I still look at our car and think of it as new.
Yes.
It has 30,000 miles on it, but it's like it's new. It has that feel, and we we do the routine maintenance. That's part of the reason why we got the maintenance plan when we bought
She's
it,
a good cook.
to make sure that we kept on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So we just brought that. Oh, that was the appointment we had this week.
Oh,
For me.
yes.
We had to bring the car in because needed the oil change, and we
Mm-hmm.
needed to get the window. You know how the automatic window thing works? It goes all the way down. Well, this would go, oh yeah, or all the way up. It would go up and then go down, and it wanted to stay open unless you played with it a number of times. Well, apparently it was a dirty switch, and it needed to be reset and cleaned, and that was it. So I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Judging from the chatter, Castles and Crusades may soon be one of the only affordable RPGs. They have their own printing operation in the US and sourced
Oh.
domestically. Okay, so this is what I am understanding from my connections in the industry. RPG books seem to fall under this general 7% tariff, but dice and other accessories, including potentially box sets, don't. So now that becomes an issue. I believe that Jeff Talanian sources, his printer is local US. They source their paper from Canada. So I think his prices, for Hyperborea, I think Jeff is going to be okay. But yeah, it's just, what's that old ancient Chinese curse, right? May you live in interesting times.
That we do.
Yep. Paul, my daughter starts university this fall. Looking forward to her student discounts. Yes, Microsoft
Oh, sure.
and Apple both usually do some decent discounts. I think even InDesign used to give a discount. Helping our second through college now, the discounts are more than countered by tuition fees.
Yeah.
God bless. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had 3 of us in my first year of college. Yeah.
God bless. I
3 of us were like in college, and so that was a rough time.
Yeah, well, my parents would have just had me and then my sister 4 years later, but I decided to take the 8-year plan to get out of college. So I wound up footing my own bill in the end because I was the tortoise. I was gonna get to the end. I was gonna get to the finish line.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady wins the race. Paul, but might as well take advantage of those discounts while I'm paying for them. Very true.
Yeah, most definitely.
Very true. I know my sister teaches at a local community college, which part of the teaching tutoring program, and she gets those discounts. But I don't know if she realizes what discounts she has available to her.
I don't think so.
I don't think she's used to the Stina family recycling program. Yeah, that becomes a habit. But yeah. So wow, we got 14 people on the live right now.
Nice.
Thank you. By the way, I'm just going to mention we have membership here at the tavern. You can actually sponsor one of the live streams, whether it's the Gamers Health, the Talking Crit, or the Friday Night Lives. So you can take a peek if it interests you. You'll get your name on the bottom of the screen, and if you have a website to go along with it, they'll be on the bottom of the screen too. But we just want to give an opportunity for our community to become more active and more a part of it if they want to. But we're not putting anything behind a paywall. I don't like doing that. The only thing that some certain videos during the week may come out later for just regular subscribers as opposed to members, but I don't hold on to things for days. I hold on to things for maybe 12 hours before it goes out into the general wild. And the announcements that are newsworthy, like the incidents at WotC right now, that are, you know, with people leaving, they go up right away. News is news. TXG. I imagine the larger companies will be able to source products from more affordable countries.
Sure.
But it's the mom and pops that I feel for. Yeah, it's a crap show. It really is. And we'll see how it plays out. I think that every country but China is now down to 10% for the next 90 days.
Well, that's good.
So I mean, and 10% isn't much, but yes, worried about the Kickstarters. Lots of these companies may have to operate at a loss to ship, which they won't do. Yeah, and it's really tight on things that have just shipped. So in other words, your product is on a boat coming here, and when it lands, you've got like a week or two most to pay for those tariffs. Whoever's receiving it, whatever company, whatever individual gets hit with that bill, you got to pay for it. And if you don't, your product gets destroyed. So,
Yeah, my God.
yeah, not fun. So before I came on, I was sent a video, which I didn't get a chance to see the whole thing of, but apparently shipping containers are stacking up in Chinese ports because once you ship it, then you got to pay a tariff on it. So these things aren't shipping. People are holding back on shipping stuff, and
so the shipping containers are waiting
to be
to
shipped
get
to see
filled
that,
and sent.
or they're filled
Oh,
and they're waiting to be sent because people don't want to pay the tariffs on their products right now.
okay.
So
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, it's not fun. So and by the way, our indoor garden, I like to say garden, but
You could say
it's doing very well. We got a lot of peppers coming. We got I gotta check
some banana peppers,
Yes.
which we've never had before.
And so we got some
tomatoes.
Tomatoes we've had, but we also have the cucumber or the squash is growing. Those are the big flowers on the bottom.
Oh, I think that's a squash.
So that's going to be interesting. So, and then of course in a couple of weeks we'll be planting in the main garden.
Yes.
Yeah, TXG. Yeah, stacking them up 7 high, which is the limit for safety reasons. Ships are just sitting at the port with orders of being canceled. Yeah. So.
Wow.
All right. Now let's see if I can get this. All right. So we are on the bottom of the screen here. We're going to talk about how to treat your seasonal allergies. I guess you could say the homeopathic way. The natural way.
Maybe holistic.
Holistic.
Because homeopathy is its own type of.
Okay. Holistic. Naturally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holistic, fine.
Okay.
But homeopathic is its own realm of like medicines that you can buy.
I don't know nothing about birth and no babies. Okay. So to treat seasonal allergies naturally, consider incorporating natural antihistamines. Now, quercetin, I hadn't heard of, but I'll tell you where you're going to find it. And vitamin C, added to your diet using essential oils like lavender or peppermint for relief, because they can help decongest and open up those passageways.
Like if you have we have these, like I have these all over the place. I have in my purse, I have it in the car, at bedside. I have like lavender one, and then I have like some that are like sort of lavender, peppermint, and eucalyptus, and they're like basically little nasal inhaler, and they're natural. And I guess it's that like it comes with like yeah, the pink salt, some pink salt in it, and the I guess the salt um is infused with the essential oils. So
Okay.
yeah.
So you probably get the ions and all that stuff
And so
too.
yeah, I use it to breathe like all year long
So
to open up like the nasal. I'll do like certain breathing techniques, um, you know, to kind of help decongest, like to like really draw it in and
right.
hold it in, and then let the breath go, and then feel more relief by doing that.
So quercetin, which is one of the natural antihistamines, and it's an antioxidant.
Yes, I think I've seen that in my smoothies for cancer book.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's found in foods like onions,
Mhm.
apples, and berries.
Yeah.
May help stabilize cells that release histamines, reducing allergy symptoms. Vitamin C. Now we all know about vitamin C, right? We take vitamin C to fight off colds, fight off flus. It's God's answer to pretty much everything. Well, it's also a natural antihistamine. So, taking but now, here's a thing that people might not realize: if you are a diabetic and you have one of these glucose monitors, which you probably can't see on that small picture of me, but I got a glucose, reader on my not reader, pog, whatever, on my arm,
A CGM.
CGM. Thank you. If I have too much vitamin C, it can throw the numbers off.
So maybe
I can't. I
so
people
maybe don't have the tablets, but just have
the
like
natural food.
wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from diet. Take it from the diet,
So
so it's not like oh, do you?
now, if you don't have the CGM, I used to back in the day. I used to mega dose vitamin C sometimes, and when you were fighting off a cold, mega dosing vitamin C for me was beneficial. Doesn't mean it's going to be beneficial for you, but so omega-3 fatty acids.
Mm.
Now, found in foods like flax seeds, cold water fish, they can reduce inflammation and allergy symptoms. They are also found in something called Incan peanuts. Now, we don't have any affiliate links to share, but I will tell you right now, if you
We
go
love breast nuts.
breast
Breast nuts.
breast roots,
Breast.
breast. I got breast nuts, Rach.
He's got breast balls.
They got the best balls. They're just the bestest balls.
That would have been such a really good name, breast nuts, baby.
Yeah, but breast roots have Incan peanuts. Okay, and they are very high in omega-3s. They are very low in carbs. So if you are a diabetic, this is a great way to get your omega-3s and at the same time have something that is a nice little nashi that's not going to spike your carbs. Green tea. I didn't know that green tea was good for this, but studies suggest
Yeah.
that it contains substances that may block allergic responses. So we're finding out a lot of stuff about.
I wonder if it's the EGCG, because the EGCG is also it's a very long name and I can't remember what it stands for, but I know that it's EGCG and it is something also that helps fight cancer.
Kevin wants to know if any of these naturally occur in pizza.
It depends.
I don't know. I don't.
Well, anywhere where you get tomato, maybe just a fraction. So you might have to follow that pizza up with.
Is basil?
Basil, yes.
like an anti.
That brings anti-inflammatory, cancer
right
properties.
Maybe not the levels that you'd like, but Any excuse to have a good pizza. We're New Yorkers, okay? Pizza is like second nature to us. Stinging nettle. Now, Rach, do you have stinging nettle in one of your teas? You
I
said.
have a tea that's a nettle tea. Yeah, and it's got that. It's kind of bitter, so you have to kind of either accept that and like understand that okay, that's just what this is, um, or just throw some stevia and or maybe that would be a tea that you might mix with some other tea to bring other flavor into it.
So, stinging nettles can help control histamine. Paul, a can of smoked mackerel. That's your
Yeah.
cold water fish. Herring or sardines is my
Yes.
favorite omega-3 dosing method.
Ah.
Okay, that's awesome. When we found
We like our salmon and we like our Incans.
our Incan peanuts, which what are they really called? They are I forget what they're called properly.
The science name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're very high in omega-3, so you can have half the serving size and get more than your recommended minimum dosage of omega-3s,
Mm.
which is nice. So it means that when you buy a bag of it, it lasts
Yes.
pretty well.
And you're getting it daily if you enjoy them daily.
Yes, we enjoy them daily, so
Mhm.
it keeps those numbers going. And I think it's better than buying the omega-3 pills, you know,
Oh, God.
supplements,
Yeah.
so um
Because that Mega Red
uh-huh.
is a lot of money now.
Yeah. And now the Incan peanuts aren't cheap. They're like, I don't know, $12, $13 a bag. But like I said, we
But I'm happier to get it from its natural source.
yes, and it's more satisfying, certainly. And it's part of our nighttime snacking
Yeah,
routine.
and they're tasty.
Very tasty. So essential oils. Now, Rach has an essential oil collection that not many can rival. I will just say that.
Yeah, it's a box maybe like that. And it's got a lot of different ones and like I use different ones I can for my hair, for my skin. Um
You name it,
yeah.
she's got it. And if you can't name it, she's
She'll look for it.
yeah, she's probably got it in there somewhere too. It's like, okay. So lavender. Lavender essential oil may act as a natural antihistamine, has anti-inflammatory properties. That's actually pretty good because that's a double good whammy.
And it's pretty amazing because something that you can put in your environment, something that you can use just through breathing.
Right.
And it doesn't stop there. I mean, I also have tea that is like lavender and chamomile, and I love that tea. It's a Jeremy tea. Um, and I have
So
a
that's
couple of other teas like that too,
when
but
she says it's a Jeremy tea, uh, that means that it is from Coffee Brand Coffee.
yes.
That's the name of his. But they have some very good teas.
Yeah, their tea. They've the amazing teas. I haven't had a bad one yet. We've had the Earl Grey. We've had the chai. We've had the English, and then now we've had the um, lavender chamomile. And now I have to break into the green tea, the gunpowder green.
So I see that
Yeah,
we have about 12 people watching on X/Twitter.
nice.
If you want to join the conversation, pop on over to the YouTube side. You can join in on the conversation.
Oh, they can't comment.
I don't know. I've never seen any comments come in from
Oh,
X, and I
okay.
don't know how you would. At least, well, apparently, okay. So I can only. It says read only. Is there a way? I don't know. I'm trying to wonder if there's a because
No, I guess to look into it.
yeah, if there's a way because I've never
Hmm.
seen a comment come through on it.
Oh.
But I would be interested in I mean, I could just put a test, but I don't think that's just a comment that's gonna come onto the post. It's not gonna come into the chat.
Right.
I don't think. We shall see. No, all right. Just noting.
Checking it out.
Just noting. So peppermint. Peppermint can also open up congested sinuses.
Yes.
That's anything that opens up your sinuses makes your allergies much easier to deal with. Eucalyptus.
Yes.
Eucalyptus oil may help open the respiratory system and reduce inflammation. That's why you often get cough drops with eucalyptus.
Yeah. Or you can even just like, if you're not someone who likes the idea of sniffing on a tube.
Sniffing on a tube.
For the nasal inhaler, just maybe put some of your eucalyptus and lavender and peppermint on just a drop on a cotton round, or a cotton ball, and be able to sniff it that way.
Rosemary. Rosemary oil is slightly milder than eucalyptus, may also help open the respiratory system.
It is a very strong scent.
Now, chamomile.
I use that on my hair too, like for the scalp too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to stimulate the scalp.
Now, chamomile
and hair
oil
growth
has anti-inflammatory properties, and we always talk about chamomile as a tea.
Yes.
So I wonder if chamomile tea would have similar effect.
I think so, because like you can always smell the chamomile tea, and then also like that's you taking it internally.
Right.
So
true. Okay. Other natural approaches. Saline nasal irrigation. Rafe was willing to model this for you, but I decided that we probably didn't want to see anybody.
So sinus irrigation can happen through a few means. There's saline sprays that you can put in that are less intense, and that you can temper the intensity of it, of the spray. And then there's other ones that they spray pretty hard. And other ones that, like, I have a Sinogator from Nail Med that just goes in, and it's very strong. It's a pretty strong. I wouldn't put it on the fastest one, because that that bothered me. That hurt me.
Eric, you'll take your eye out.
Yeah, it feels like it. But yeah, that was too hard, because I guess I was my skin was too irritated there. So if you put something with more force, that's gonna irritate you more. But
neti
pots, yes. Yeah, I used to have a gorgeous little elephant one that I used to use and always loved. I don't know what happened to her.
Hector, welcome. So this will help flush out the allergens and reduce congestion. Acupuncture. This one surprised me.
That's really interesting.
Some evidence suggests that acupuncture may help relieve allergy symptoms, which would then lead one to believe that red light therapy might do similar.
I was just going to bring that up because, I'm sort of interested to see, like, well, where would you apply it? You know what? There's different pictures and stuff online of like the different meridians. I mean, obviously, Chinese medicine is a really huge field that most of us would love to. I know that I would love to have more education in it, because it's such a huge field and there's so many things to learn about it, and I wouldn't want to misuse it. But the basis of the Chinese medicine is that we have different energy lines, different what they call meridians, going through our body at different points. Also, like in yoga, they call it like marma point. And these are the same thing, and they just correspond to, like, different areas of the body, and um, balancing different types of energies. Um, and that's kind of how it's taught to you. But there are a lot of medical, um, like if you consider like how we label things in Western medicine, there's a lot of things that Chinese medicine can help in addition to, or in place of, or however you want to do it,
Right.
from Chinese medicine.
So Hector has a
And
question.
sorry, I just say that because I think I'm not connecting a dot. I say that because Eric brought up the red light therapy, which is something that we've been doing for our dog,
Right.
and it's like very obvious. Um, we're going to put it on her spine because she has spinal issues. But, it made me think of, where am I going to put the red light to balance that?
I'm going to do a little research.
Yeah, to balance the allergic reaction.
Because
what meridian controls that?
Because the red
So I
light,
need to look at that.
the red light therapy simulates much of what acupuncture does.
Yeah, it works.
It's similar.
Balances. It does something with the energy lines in the body.
So Hector, your question's not
Sorry.
related, but we're gonna probably have to punt it to another show. But it's an interesting question.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask about the powder drink that are vegans. Do they really clean your liver? I know you've seen these supplements that, like, cleansing. They'll cleanse your liver. You've never seen these on infomercials and stuff? Or,
I'm not too sure.
yeah, I know what you're talking. I kind of know what Hector's talking about,
Uh-huh.
and I'd like to do a little research on that.
I will say, because he's triggering something in me, something about how, like, a very dangerous thing. People will sometimes refuse certain cancer treatments because they want to do juicing, and I forget the name of the doctor that like invented it, but it's basically it's named after him. And people will say they want to do that type of a regimen, and then it's like they're not getting the nutrients that they need. They're not um they're basically depleting themselves and making themselves sicker. um and yeah, there was, which there was an actress, I think, recently that passed away because of breast cancer. McPherson?
I have no idea. I'm just gonna ask.
Oh no, I don't.
Don't get
so.
stuck on it.
I can't remember the name of the actress. Maybe when we do a show about that, we could kind of link it with this, because it sounds like a similar methodology that people use, like, because they're gonna take these nutrients from the vegetables, but they're not gonna take the Western treatment, and then they die, and that's basically what happened to this
going
lady.
in the wrong direction, though. This is supposed to detox your liver, take the impurities out of your liver, kind of refresh your liver. I know what he's talking about. I got to do a little research on that. Hector, we're going to do a little research.
I think I've heard of things like that. I've heard of teas that are like a detox tea. I don't know. That always made me worry, because I was like, oh, it's either a weight loss tea or a detox tea. I'm like, oh, you're gonna be sick to your stomach.
We'll investigate.
Yeah.
Now, this was brought up in the beginning of the show. Local honey.
Yes.
So honey, it's not just any honey, though. Eating local honey may help your body become less sensitive to local pollens.
Now, how local? Because we get the honey. I bought the honey from, the beekeepers in Pennsylvania.
Right, and that's
is that local enough?
It's local for when you're up there. I might not help you here. Just saying.
Yeah. So what do we do? Like New York City, I don't know how many beekeepers we got.
Hector, I'm just worried because they gave me a bunch of medications on the VA, and I was thinking of buying it.
Oh, I see. Because yeah, like some of the medications that we have to take for certain conditions are toxic to the liver.
Yes.
But
Well,
would that help? I wonder.
yeah, I don't
Mm,
know. And Hector, you're gonna that's something that we're gonna have to do a little research on.
yeah.
Trust me, that's not one I can spitball. And believe me, I often do spitball, but that's not
Mm-mm.
one. Avoiding pollen. This can include limiting exposure to pollen, limiting your outdoor activities to times when pollen isn't as high.
Maybe not hanging your wash out
Right.
on the line. Um, when you know, like it's a time of year where your particular allergens are heavy, like there's certain pollen that are more prevalent at a in a certain season. Like more certain pollens are more prevalent during spring, during summer, and other ones during fall. And you know, maybe not if you are most allergic during spring, maybe not hanging the washout then, even though you're so tempted because it's beautiful and it smells nice outside.
Yeah. Um, Also, keeping your windows closed.
Yeah.
I love to have my windows open when the weather's permitting, but when during high pollen times, when you see your car turning a shade of green from pollen, it might be time to keep those windows closed.
Yeah.
Staying hydrated. Staying hydrated can help reduce histamine production. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
that's
And of course, there's some lifestyle changes. Shower regularly. It isn't just make you smell better, it's to wash the pollen off your hair and your body. So if you do it before you go to bed, so you're not taking the pollen with you into the bed.
mm,
Change your clothes. Change clothes after being outside to prevent bringing allergens indoors. Okay, we don't really think about that much, but when you come, I guess the way I would be able to look at it goes, all right, you have pollen you don't really see, you don't really smell, but when you could smoke in the bars, I would come home from the bar, and the first thing I would do is throw my clothes in the wash and throw myself in the shower because I smelled like old cigarette
right.
smoke. Well, think of it the same way, but you just don't smell it.
Hmm.
You don't realize it.
Yeah, yeah.
I already mentioned to keep your windows closed. Use an air conditioner and or a HEPA filter. Our AC, I know our AC in the bedroom has a HEPA filter.
Okay, cool.
So use air conditioning and high efficiency air filters to remove allergens from your home. And last but certainly not least of these tips is vacuum regularly. Vacuuming can help remove dust and allergens. So, there's a bunch of things that you can do to uh,
Mitigate the
mitigate.
effects of the pollen.
You know,
Mhm.
I have my best time with allergies, meaning my was least affected, was when I was going through my cancer treatment.
Ah, steroids.
Steroids, yeah, steroids. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm cured. I don't know, have no more allergies. I'm cured. And then, yeah, it didn't last. It was a no for. But you know, I take a 24-hour allergy med. It takes the edge off, maybe, but it certainly doesn't make the symptoms go away.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience is when you are getting hit hard with allergies, you are more likely to succumb to a cold because your body is already
Yeah.
fighting the allergens. Your body's
Mm-hmm.
guard is kind of down. So, but yeah, no, that's like I said, like we basically have show notes. I should have linked them or something like that. Hey, here's your show notes. Actually, I could probably just put them up as a post on the
And the gamer health.
well, yeah, but also on the YouTube.
Oh,
Sorry, mate, she's trying to get all things here, but I can put it up as a post
I'm
on.
trying to streamline, I guess.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I'm trying to like have it be. Yeah, you are just the YouTube man.
I'm the man.
You're all about the YouTubes.
The YouTube, not the TikTok, not the TikTok,
Not
not the TikTok. I try to go TikTok, nothing.
Really?
No. They go, oh, Tenka and TikTok? No. Oh, so folks, for those that don't know, I gotta bring it down for a second, Rich. Um, uh, he, Feltothorax is the dragon. Made a return on Joe's.
So cute. I love how he's got like his wings are like they're like purple here, and then they're like a duochrome pink.
So
just like his little ears.
Feltothoraxis will be returning to some videos. They'll probably be short videos. They may review some products that may or may not be useful. Nobody wants to see his spine. But yeah, Feltothoraxis. I am not a puppeteer. All right, I don't throw my voice, but he is a cute little puppet, and he reviewed Vornheim like a dozen years ago and threw it off a porch. So that's the type of fun stuff that hopefully we'll bring back. Ben Mike told me that Feltothoraxis is banned from North Texas.
I'm so sorry.
So I might have to bring
I
him.
didn't know Mike had problems with Feltothoraxis.
Oh yeah, no. Mike was like, you can't bring that puppy to North Texas. And I said, oh, he'll harass you. I'll bring it and just harass Mike. You're never telling me what I can and cannot do.
He's just jealous, Felto.
He's just jealous, Felto. Folks, again, thank you all. We had a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, thank you.
If you're watching on Twitter, pop over to the YouTube side, subscribe, comment. Again, I'm going to be using the posts section a lot more here on the tavern to make sure I keep in contact with the community. And other than that, be safe, be well, God bless. For all those diets, roll them well. Next live stream, probably going to be an afternoon live stream. Glenn and I are trying to get Glenn Seal on, and that's going to be one of the afternoons because Glenn's out in the UK, so we're making the hours work for him. So other than that, thank you so much, and we'll catch you. Rich and I will catch you next week, but I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Thanks for joining.